giving up because labor pains are not a joke. Hey guys, where do I even begin? And yes, I had the baby. I had the baby, but I wanted this video to be the first video to go up before I show you guys everything that happened in the hospital and stuff like that. But firstly, I want to tell you guys a very good birth story. I had what is considered, for me at least, the dream birth. You guys know that I'm someone that really, if you watch my previous videos, you know that I made a video where I said I was terrified, I was nervous and everything. I don't know where the nerves came from. So I was, usually when I'm about to give birth, there's always that nerve-wracking I always ask myself, what if I don't come out of it? It's a very thought that comes to me a lot every time I give birth. I had that with the twins. I had that with Michael. I even had it more with this baby. I don't know, but besides that, I was worried for nothing. I prayed to God and everything went fine. So where do I begin? Oh my goodness, this birth story is so good. It's so good. Like, it's something that I really have dreamt of. I mean, here and there something happens, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you all about my birth. If you're new, please subscribe and also please like this video for my boo-boo. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have a baby. Yeah, I could sleep with baby. I'm doing that's how I've been doing it for a long time. I mean, you know what? Let me get to the story of the birth. I'll tell you about the sleeping arrangements in the next videos, because I'm someone that some people like to say, get to the point. Please, we're coming here to hear your story of birth. We don't want to hear anything about your sleeping arrangement and all that stuff like that. So let me get into this. So baby's here. Beautiful, beautiful birth story. So I got into labor on Thursday, and on Friday. It was a Friday when I got into labor, and I go in to check in the hospital. We made sure that the kids are fine. The labor was not too intense, but prior to that, if you watch my video of I'm in labor, I talked about how I was 3 centimeters. I've been having contractions. So if you know, I've been having contractions, and those contractions were able to make me 3 to 3 centimeters. But they were mild. And when I was having contractions, backtrack. I had a not mucus, what is it called? I had a membrane sweep. So I have a membrane sweep on a Thursday, and then throughout that Thursday I had contractions, but they were not too intense or anything like that, but they were contractions. Like, I could tell that these are contractions, baby's coming and all that stuff. And Friday I get the contractions again, but they are not very, very intense or very close together. Sometimes they are close together, like 5 minutes. Sometimes they just like go back. But I was like, you know what? It's better to be safe than anything. So I go to the hospital, I tell them that I'm in contractions. So they put me in triage. So I go to triage. My doctor was there already. Anyways, let me continue. So we got to triage, and she checks me. I'm 4. Okay, so I was 3 centimeters before then, right? I was 2 to 3. And then I got to 4 centimeters and 480 and effaced, something like that. So she's like, okay, I think we might have the baby today. So she gives me a more thorough, because I'm over 4 now. She gives me a more intense membrane sweep. That one was a little bit real membrane sweep. It was not the previous day. I told you guys that I did not feel it at all. So this time I felt the membrane sweep. I really felt it. So anyways, now I go where? I go to 5 centimeters in the triage. So that means that I'm 5 centimeters. So they transfer me to the labor and delivery room that you guys will see in the next video. So I go to the delivery room. Now I'm dilating very well. Like I'm at 5 centimeters, and I'm dilating. I mean, I'm doing well. The contractions are coming, but they're not that painful. So they asked me, "Are you gonna need epidural?" I said, no, let's wait. I never say no to epidural. They said, are you gonna have epidural? I said, no, let's wait. We'll see how it's gonna go. But I'm not saying no. So they come to me and tell me that we are living in a small town. In our small town, the anesthesiologist, how do you say the name? The person that's gonna give you epidural, they are not like in the hospital where you just get it and they come to the room. No, here in the village, I call it a village, my mom calls it a village, it's a small town. No, please, because the small town, they have their own practice. So sometimes when you call for epidural, they are already attending somewhere else. Or sometimes if you call another one, they are out of town. So you have to make sure that you have it ahead of time so that you can have it prepared. Because the man was there, was already like was already around the area. But I said, no, I can wait, because I thought, my mind was thinking that I can take these contractions well. Women have been doing it for years. I mean, why can't I do it? Like, seriously, you can do this now. And yeah, the contractions come. So she comes to break my water. The breaking of the water is what it was what really made the contractions a lot more intense. So at first, I've been watching videos on YouTube about how to breathe through contractions. I was doing the mooing one. If you don't know, they say that like if you do this, a lot of time you can kind of like get tired or hyperventilate. So I was watching this doula. She's amazing. I was watching this doula on YouTube. So she tells us how to breathe. So apparently, like, you just like breathe in, so that you can bring the oxygen like down. I mean, you can just bring the air to the baby, and then instead of saying, you say moo. That's how you see, like, you're taking air out. But if you breathe out like moo, there's no air. I mean, I'm prepared. so at this point, I'm able to do my breathings, and I'm saying moo. I'm mooing like fine. It's going well. I said to my husband, you know, I don't think I'm gonna need a epidural. They get intense, you know. You guys, if you've never given birth, let me tell you, contractions are not a joke. I don't know why Eve did that to us and Adam. That curse is a curse. If God says contractions are painful, they are painful. I've seen people selling courses saying that I can give you a painless birth. What do they? I have a feeling that when they mean by painless birth, they mean like endurance. I don't think you can give birth with no pain. They got intense. I look at my husband, I say, my husband knows my fear for epidural. Honestly, not like I fear epidural per se, but I've seen stories of people that it did not go well for them. So I know that when everything is a risk, giving birth is a risk, being pregnant is a risk, having epidural is a risk, but there are risks that you can avoid. Epidural is one of them. So I told my husband that I'm going to avoid, and my mom had told me, don't take epidural because you're risking. So I'm hearing all these voices. Next time I'm not going to hear any of these voices. So I'm like, okay, honey, I'll try. And they're getting intense, painful, unbearable. But guess what? I'm still a little over 5 centimeters. But they're so intense. And I'm the person that I don't have a very high, tolerance pain. I used to think that I do, but with labor, it has really made me think that I don't have a high tolerance to pain. Because as I'm having these contractions, I think I'm tensing my body, so that if you tense your body, you're not relaxing your body well, you are delaying your body from working naturally like that. But for some reason, I'm not like that other women. So at the point the contractions got so bad, I look at my husband, I said, I'm getting an epidural. My husband was seeing me how I was suffering and really having a hard time. He told me like, yeah, have an epidural. If you want, no, I'm here for you. You want an epidural, I'm here to support you. You don't want an epidural, I'm here to support you. So he was the person that was really both ways. If I wanted it, he's the one that is there with me. He's the one that is seeing how much I'm suffering. So he said, okay, get it. They called the anesthesiologist. That word, please don't come for me. I never know how to say that word. The man takes long time too. like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But if we're having contractions close together, like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, sometimes even 1 minute, 5 minutes delay is days to you. So the man delayed a little bit more, and man, it got intense. So anyways, the man comes. Oh my goodness, guys, labor is pain. Even now, when I talk about labor, my body even jumps today. Like, I still remember Michael's labor like it was yesterday. This one is still fresh. And every time I see women having more children, like 10, 15, 19, I've seen other women having 19 children. I've seen a woman that actually have over 30 children back in Uganda, I think. And I've seen women have this. It made me have this awe and love and amazement, because it looks like me, I cannot deal with that, the pain. So I said, honey, I need an operator. So the man is coming, but it's taking long. And then finally he comes a few minutes later. So they lay me down, like they make me brace for the epidural. My vertebrae cannot open, whatever the bone is. So he cannot get through the bone. So he pierces me multiple times. And then in my heart I say, God, is this a way to tell me I'm not to get epidural? Jesus Christ, am I gonna get in trouble? Now I'm getting bad thoughts. I mean, I'll show you a picture here where you can see how much I had, like the spot. I mean the stuff. He couldn't see it. It was not his fault. It was my body's fault for not opening up. And the poor guy was like, okay, do you want to give up after a few pokes? He said, you want to give up or not? I said, God, please forgive me, but I'm not giving up, because labor pains are not a joke. If you are a woman that has gotten them with no medication, kudos to you. And for me, my birth was unmedicated until I asked for the thing, because I did not have Pitocin. I do not have Pitocin. It was a very, very good. My doctor was amazing. She knows what in the world she was doing. I mean, when we have an experienced doctor, you're in the right hands. He does that. He said, do you want me to give up? I mean, I showed you guys the picture of how it was happening. I said, no, I'm not giving up. Let's not give up. Let's keep going. But I know that even if he touches the wrong nerve, all these thoughts are coming to my mind. But this just shows. I mean, I'm going to digress a little bit. There's a story in the Bible. It's called the story of Job. In the story of Job, it was Satan tempting Job. I mean, talking to God and just like saying that Job is going to curse God. God said, no, this one will never curse me. He won't curse me, and he hates evil. He shows evil. And Satan says something that really all the time when I fail, I think about that. He made a very interesting statement. He made a statement like, well, a man will do anything to save their bodies. Like, if we give them like very bad pain, they'll do anything. I feel like I'm the one that failed. I feel like he was talking about me. I was like, every time I did, because I had the option to really endure that pain and trust that the process that God created for birth will happen. But I was like, no way. If anything, God is going to help me through this foolishness of mine. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, I knew at that point that no, women have been doing, in my country, there's no option for epidural. That's why I was telling my husband, I said, me, I would not give birth in my country because I don't know how I'll do without epidural. There's no epidural. Let me know where you're watching if you have the option for epidural. But in America, you have an option for that. But in my country, you do not. If I gave birth in my country, there's no way out. I would have had to endure and just had that pain. But because I had that option, I decided to go for that option. And then as I'm going through this guy is poking me. I'm like, okay, God, please help me. Finally, he got through this right thing. So since it's taking a long time, like doing this, as he's doing this, guess what? I'm dilating from 5 centimeters. Like, it's like from 5 centimeters to 9.5 in the time that he's putting on me the epidural. So I guess I was relaxing because they say don't move. So you have to just stay like this. You don't move even if something pierces you. So you have to relax. So I had to relax my body. So I think the moment I relaxed my body, boom, 9 centimeters. The woman checked me. She said, 9 centimeters. She called the doctor. Like, everything happened so fast. And bingo, the doctor comes. And since the epidural just got in, I felt, I did not feel the heavy contractions, but I felt everything, like as far as the pressure. I felt that baby. Why? Okay, if you're a woman, why is it that when you want to give birth, sometimes you feel like you're gonna poop? I said, no, I need to poop right now. The doctor's like, no, hang in there, because now at this point now I'm 10, but they're still putting their gloves on. That's how fast and how dreamy it was. There was nothing wrong. There was no anything. So they put everything, but my doctors kept on telling me that if we can hold in, just fine, but do whatever. And there was that one that I could not hold. I just screamed. Not screamed, like, I said, I cannot hold in. And then boom, I pushed the baby. One time, less than 2 minutes. The baby was here. As you see how big the baby is, that belly did not lie. My husband is such, you know, when you're married to a man that can tell you these things, like your belly is big, this baby's gonna come big. He told me the baby was gonna come big, and this baby came at 9 pounds and 3 ounces. And at that point, I did not so in the next video, gonna be seeing my 24 hours. First, we're gonna see all these things now, but I wanted to share the story first, that I managed to give birth, because a lot of you have been asking me, now where are you? I gave birth, and I needed to rest a little bit more to bring videos to you. So you're gonna meet the baby. The videos are coming now. It's gonna be fun. And guess the gender. What are you? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Let my subscribers guess. Look at this. This is a newborn baby. Breastfeeds like crazy. Let me show you how big. Oh, okay, sorry. Why am I waking you up? Look at that. This came out of me. I did not even tear at all. Everything went smoothly. And here, hi. I'm showing you my subscribers. They've been worried, asking what's up, where are you? Okay. You sleep, baby. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one, where now you'll be getting to see me at the hospital and all stuff like that. But I had to start from home. And yeah, exclusively breastfed. Eat very well. Very good, large, beautiful baby. And very chubby. 9 pounds without tearing. It shows that God has built a woman's body in a very powerful way. I'm just beyond shocked and amazed. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in my next one, Lord willing. And that's my story of my birth. It was so dreamy and so easy, nothing problem. And wow, this is how big this baby is. Bye, guys.